2 nights ago, I was speaking with a neighbor in his 70s who looked completely exhausted. He told me that every single night he wakes up at least 3 times to use the bathroom, even when there is hardly anything in his bladder. The next morning, instead of enjoying a calm walk or a cup of coffee, he feels drained, forgetful, and unsteady. His story reminded me of so many older adults I meet in both America and India. People who quietly accept this broken sleep as a normal part of aging. But here is the truth, it does not have to be this way. What amazed my neighbor, and what may surprise you as well, is that a simple fruit, an apple, can actually help bring back peaceful nights when eaten in the right way. Not a medicine, not a complicated routine, but something already in your kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how eating an apple at the right time and in the right form can calm your bladder, reduce nighttime trips, and let your body finally rest. It is a small adjustment, but for many people it has meant the difference between tossing and turning all night and waking up refreshed in the morning. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from and what time is it right now? Leave a comment below. I can't wait to see your answers. And if you enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button. If not, just give it a like. It really helps this channel grow. So let us start, because even the smallest story like the one I heard just 2 days ago can carry a solution powerful enough to change your life. Why the body wakes up at night more often. After 60, our bodies quietly shift in ways we do not always notice until they disturb our daily life. One of the most important changes is a natural drop in a hormone called vasopressin, which controls how much urine the kidneys produce at night. In younger years, vasopressin rises while we sleep, slowing kidney activity so the bladder can rest until morning. After 60, however, the body may not release enough of this hormone. Without its guidance, the kidneys keep filtering fluids through the night, filling the bladder sooner and forcing you awake long before the body is ready to rise. This subtle shift often explains why so many older adults find themselves walking to the bathroom at 2 or 3 in the morning, even if they drank very little before bed. Alongside hormonal changes, the bladder itself becomes more sensitive with age. When you were younger, the bladder could hold 12 to 16 ounces, nearly a full glass and a half, before sending a strong signal to the brain. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, those signals may begin when only 5 ounces are inside, not even half a glass. The nerves grow quicker to respond, sometimes almost impatient, and that urgency becomes impossible to ignore. Many older adults in both America and India describe the same frustration. The bladder is no longer truly full, yet the brain insists you wake up and walk. This constant interruption quietly chips away at energy, mood, and the simple joy of waking refreshed. Evening habits often add to the problem. Drinking a tall glass of water with dinner or sipping tea late in the evening may feel harmless, but these choices push more liquid into a system already working overtime at night. Acidic fruits like oranges, pineapples, or even tomatoes can irritate the bladder lining when eaten close to bedtime, making those signals even stronger. Many seniors think they're doing something healthy by choosing fruit after dinner, yet the timing can be the very reason they wake repeatedly. The risks go far beyond lost sleep. In the United States, older adults face a higher chance of falling when they wake up in the dark, which can lead to broken bones or long recoveries. In India, Cultural habits like hot chai late at night or large family dinners with salty foods quietly feed the same cycle of thirst and bathroom trips. Whether in Chicago or Chennai, the story is the same: sleepless nights, foggy mornings, and a body that feels heavier than it should. Yet, there is hope. By understanding these changes and adjusting habits, drinking most fluids earlier in the day, choosing gentle fruits at the right time, and preparing the bedroom for safe, quiet rest, older adults can reclaim peaceful nights. It is not about fighting age, but about listening to the body's new rhythm and guiding it with wisdom. The gift of uninterrupted sleep is still within reach even after 60. The nutritional power of the apple. When you picture an apple, you may think of a lunchbox snack or slice on the dinner table. Yet, this everyday fruit holds powerful compounds that can gently support your health, especially if you struggle with waking up during the night. Apples contain soluble fiber called pectin, which turns into a soft gel in the gut and helps regulate digestion. They also carry polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect the body, and quercetin, a compound with anti-inflammatory effects. Together, these elements form a quiet team that calms the system and allows sleep to come more easily. For many older adults, digestion becomes slower, with age often causing bloating or constipation that places pressure on the bladder. That hidden pressure can trigger nighttime bathroom trips even when the bladder is not truly full. By feeding healthy bacteria and improving bowel regularity, pectin from apples eases the gut, reduces strain, and gives the bladder more room to rest. Something as simple as half an apple in the evening can soften this pressure and lower the chance of waking too soon. Apples also bring stability to blood sugar, which is crucial after 60. Sudden spikes and drops in glucose can irritate the bladder and increase urine production. The fiber and quercetin in apples slow absorption, preventing those rapid swings. Compared with sweet desserts or fruit juice, a whole apple provides steady energy without overwhelming the system. For many seniors, this balance can mean fewer interruptions at night and a deeper stretch of rest. Other fruits eaten late in the day are not as gentle. Oranges and other citrus fruits are highly acidic, which may irritate a sensitive bladder. Grapes can ferment in the gut, creating gas and pressure that push against nearby organs. Even watermelon, though refreshing, holds so much liquid that it quickly fills the bladder after sunset. Apples, in contrast, bring low acid, moderate water content and soothing fiber, making them a far safer choice. The stories are simple but telling. In Florida, a grandmother replaced her nightly orange juice with an apple at 7 o'clock and soon slept 6 straight hours. In Bangalore, a retired teacher moved his grapes to the afternoon and chose a crisp apple before sunset, reducing his bathroom trips from 3 to 1. These examples remind us that change does not need to be dramatic. Often, a single thoughtful habit can bring the relief you have been waiting for. So the next time you see an apple on your table, think of it not just as fruit, but as a gentle ally. With the right timing, it may help steady digestion, calm the bladder, and restore the peaceful nights you still deserve. How to eat apples for a deeper sleep. The timing of when you enjoy an apple matters almost as much as eating the fruit itself. For older adults, the best window is mid-afternoon around 3 to 5 o'clock, when digestion is still active and the body has enough time to process fiber and natural sugars before bedtime. If you prefer apples, later wait at least 2 full hours after dinner. This allows your stomach to finish its heavier work first, so the apple can move gently through the system without creating extra gas or pressure on the bladder. By respecting the body's rhythm, you give yourself a better chance of resting peacefully through the night. Portion size is also important. A medium apple, roughly 150 grams in weight or about 3 inches across, is just right for most seniors. That amount offers enough fiber and nutrients to calm digestion without overwhelming the system with sugar or water late in the evening. Eating more than one apple at night, however, can backfire by increasing thirst and adding unnecessary fluid to the bladder. Choosing moderation is not about restriction, but about giving your body exactly what it can use at the right moment. The form of the apple makes a difference as well. Always choose ripe fruit and eat it with the skin on after washing carefully because much of the fiber and antioxidant power is in the peel. Avoid cold apples straight from the refrigerator at night since chilled fruit can irritate the bladder lining and slow digestion in older adults. Also, resist the temptation to turn apples into juice in the evening. Without fiber, the sugar rushes quickly into your blood, potentially spiking glucose and disturbing your rest. A whole apple chewed slowly is always the gentlest way. Certain combinations are best avoided. Many older adults enjoy milk with fruit, but pairing apples with milk can cause bloating, heaviness, and nighttime discomfort. The same is true for mixing apples with acidic fruits like oranges or pineapples after sunset. These blends may irritate the bladder or ferment in the stomach, leading to pressure and false urges to urinate. Keeping the apple simple, eaten on its own, is often the most reliable choice. A 70-year-old woman in Florida used to drink a glass of orange juice every evening, believing it helped her digestion. Instead, she woke up twice each night to use the bathroom. After switching to half an apple at 7 o'clock, she began sleeping for 6 straight hours. Within 2 weeks, she felt lighter in the morning, more alert, and deeply relieved that such a small change brought back her rest. In the same way, each of us can guide the body toward peace by treating the apple not as a casual snack, but as a gentle evening ally. With the right timing, the right portion, and the right care, this familiar fruit can return to you the quiet nights you thought were lost. Common mistakes when eating apples. Many older adults believe that apples are always safe no matter when or how they are eaten. The truth is that certain habits with this fruit can quietly disturb digestion and bladder health, especially at night. One common mistake is eating apples straight from the refrigerator after dinner. Cold fruit may feel refreshing at first, but chilled apples can irritate the bladder lining and slow digestion. For someone already struggling with nighttime urination, this small irritation may trigger extra urges and shorten precious hours of sleep. Choosing room temperature apples in the evening is a gentler and wiser habit. Another mistake is eating too many at once. Having 2 or 3 apples in a single sitting might seem harmless, but the body processes this large amount of sugar and water differently after 60. Blood sugar can rise too quickly, leaving you thirsty later in the night. That thirst often leads to extra water intake, which in turn fills the bladder when you most want to rest. Moderation is the key. One medium apple is usually enough to offer comfort without adding hidden risks. A third pitfall involves pairing apples with heavy salads late in the evening, especially those containing raw tomatoes or cucumbers. While the mixture may taste light inside the stomach, it can begin to ferment. This gentle fermentation creates gas bloating and pressure on the lower abdomen. The result is more strain on the bladder, more false signals, and a restless night. Eating apples earlier in the day or on their own prevents this uncomfortable chain reaction. Some seniors also drink a full glass of water right after finishing an apple, believing it will help digestion. In reality, this habit increases the total fluid in the stomach and pushes it quickly into the bladder. For a sensitive bladder, the sudden extra volume can lead to another wake-up call in the middle of the night. A better option is to sip water slowly throughout the day and allow the apple to digest naturally. Finally, skipping breakfast and saving fruit for late at night is a mistake that many older adults quietly fall into. Life feels simpler when meals are reduced, but the body responds by storing up hunger and pushing fruit into the evening hours. Heavy fruit intake before bed forces the stomach and bladder to stay active when they should be resting. Shifting apples to breakfast or mid-afternoon gives the body more time to absorb nutrients and prepare for sleep peacefully. These are not harsh rules but gentle reminders. An apple can be a friend to your health, yet, like all good things, it works best with timing, moderation, and respect for how the body changes with age. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can turn a simple fruit into a quiet ally for deeper rest and brighter mornings. Combining apples with lifestyle habits to reduce nighttime urination. Even though apples can support better sleep, the full benefit comes when they are combined with simple daily habits. One of the most effective steps is walking for about 20 minutes each morning. As we age, fluid often collects quietly in the legs during the day, especially if we sit for long hours. When you lie down at night, that fluid shifts back into circulation, forcing the kidneys to work harder. A gentle morning walk, whether around your block in Florida or near a park in Bangalore, helps move that fluid earlier so your bladder is less burdened after sunset. This routine not only supports the apple's calming effect but also brings a lighter feeling to the entire body. Another important change is limiting fluid intake after 7 o'clock in the evening. Many older adults enjoy a warm cup of tea or a tall glass of water at night, believing it will help them sleep. Yet, these extra fluids often become the very reason for waking at 1 or 3 in the morning. Instead, drink most of your water between sunrise and late afternoon and take only small sips in the evening when truly thirsty. Combining this practice with a moderate apple earlier in the day keeps hydration balanced without overwhelming the bladder. Sleep posture also matters more than many realize. Lying on your left side with a soft pillow between your knees can ease abdominal pressure and calm the bladder. This position encourages smoother digestion and reduces the false signals that often wake you at night. For older adults in both America and India, this small change has turned restless nights into quiet, steady rest. Adding an evening apple 2 hours after dinner supports the body even further, working hand in hand with a restful posture. The environment of sleep is another factor. Wearing light cotton clothing and keeping the bedroom cool and airy helps regulate body temperature. Heavy blankets or synthetic fabrics can trap heat, trigger sweating, and increase thirst, which leads to late-night drinking and more bathroom trips. A fresh apple earlier in the day nourishes from within, while the right clothing and room conditions protect from outside. Together, they form a gentle shield around your night's rest. Finally, never underestimate the power of breath. Spending 5 minutes on deep breathing before bed calms the nervous system and reduces unnecessary bladder signals. Sit quietly. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly and breathe slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth. This practice lowers stress hormones, relaxes abdominal muscles, and prepares the body to remain at peace. Combined with the steady nourishment of an apple, it becomes a simple yet powerful tool for deeper sleep. Each of these habits, when joined with the apple, creates a circle of support. They remind us that health at this age is not about a single miracle, but about gentle choices repeated each day. With patience and care, you can guide your body back toward balance, reduce nighttime interruptions, and greet the morning with the strength and calm you deserve. One of the most common concerns I hear is from people living with diabetes who wonder if apples are safe. The answer is yes, but with moderation. Apples have a low glycemic index, which means they raise blood sugar more slowly compared to many other fruits. The fiber in the skin and pulp helps slow absorption, reducing sudden spikes. For an older adult carefully watching glucose levels, a single medium apple eaten earlier in the day can be a gentle and safe choice. It offers sweetness without the hidden risks of juice or desserts. Another frequent question is about evening medicines. Many seniors in both America and India take blood pressure pills, heart tablets, or medications for pain relief at night. While apples are generally safe, it is best not to eat them at the exact same time as medication. The fiber and antioxidants may slightly interfere with how drugs are absorbed. To be safe, give yourself at least 1 hour of space. Either take your medicine first and wait before the apple, or enjoy the apple earlier in the evening. This small habit protects both the benefits of the medicine and the calming effect of the fruit. People also ask whether green or red apples are better. Both can support health, but they are not identical. Red apples are usually sweeter, less acidic, and gentler on a sensitive bladder, making them a comfortable evening choice. Green apples, on the other hand, contain more vitamin C and have a crisp, tart flavor. They are excellent earlier in the day, but may cause irritation if eaten too close to bedtime. Choosing between them is less about right or wrong and more about what your body tolerates best. Finally, many older adults ask, what if apples are not available? The good news is that other fruits can also calm the bladder when chosen wisely. Pears are naturally low in acid and full of gentle fiber, making them an excellent substitute. Papaya is another good option, especially when eaten before 6 in the evening, because it aids digestion without irritating the bladder. These alternatives carry the same message: the fruit itself matters, but so does the timing. By picking wisely and respecting your body's rhythm, you can still enjoy peaceful nights and refreshed mornings. Peaceful sleep is a right, not a luxury. Too many older adults quietly believe that waking up 2 or 3 times each night is simply the price of aging. They sigh, accept the interruptions, and tell themselves that restless sleep is unavoidable after 60 or 70. But the truth is very different. Nighttime urination and the exhaustion it brings are not a fixed destiny. They are the result of habits, timing, and gentle changes in the body that can be guided with care. Science shows that adjusting diet, evening routines, and even something as simple as how we eat an apple can restore balance. Peaceful sleep is not a privilege for the young, It remains your right even now, no matter your age. Let me share a story of hope. In Texas, an elderly couple in their late 70s faced the same frustration that many of you know too well. The husband rose 3 times each night, stumbling through the dark, while his wife stayed awake with worry beside him. Their mornings were heavy, their energy gone, and small joys like gardening or reading felt like burdens. After learning about simple changes, eating an apple 2 hours after dinner, limiting tea after sunset, and walking daily for 20 minutes, they saw quiet transformation. Within weeks, the husband slept 6 hours straight, and his wife felt relief knowing he was safe. Their laughter returned to the breakfast table, proof that better nights bring brighter mornings. This is the message I want you to carry in your heart. You are not meant to drag yourself through the day, weighed down by fatigue and frustration. You deserve to wake with a clear mind, steady steps, and enough strength to enjoy the people who matter most. Your grandchildren's laughter, your family dinners, even your quiet moments of prayer or reflection, they all depend on the energy that begins with deep, uninterrupted rest. Do not accept broken sleep as your fate. With patient small adjustments and respect for your body's rhythm, you can reclaim the calm nights that have always belonged to you. So when you look at your evenings, now remind yourself gently, better, sleep is not beyond reach. It is waiting quietly for you to choose it again. And by doing so, you give yourself and the people who love you the gift of life, lived with energy, clarity, and joy. Now that you understand how something as simple as an apple can help protect your nights, I invite you to test it for yourself. Try eating one medium apple at the right time for 3 days in a row and notice how your body responds. Pay attention to whether your nights feel calmer, your mornings feel lighter, and your energy feels just a little stronger. These small steps often reveal bigger changes than we expect, reminding us that health can return gently when we respect the body's rhythm. If you do give this a try, I would love for you to share your experience. Leave a comment below and simply write the word hope. That one word may inspire someone else who is silently struggling, perhaps afraid that better sleep is beyond reach. Your voice becomes part of a community of older adults who choose to believe in change even in the later years of life. So as we close, let me leave you with a blessing. May your nights be peaceful, free from unnecessary interruptions, and may your mornings be filled with energy and calm. May each day begin with the lightness of rest, and may you carry that strength into time with your family, your friends, and the quiet joys that still await you. Because restful sleep is not a luxury, it is your right, and with the right choices, it can be yours again.